Hi everyone, it's Elaine from Anabellas. Welcome back to FlossTube 105. I am very happy that you're here. If you're new to my channel, I'm glad that you found me. This channel is about cross stitch and quilting and paper crafting with a little bit of my life thrown in. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back every week. I hope you've got some stitchy stuff in front of you and that you're stitching along or drinking a hot cup of coffee. If you are new, please look up and subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell. That'll just let you know when I've uploaded a new video or I have some fun news to share. And if you are a viewer and you are a subscriber, please let me encourage you to subscribe to our newsletter. There's an awful lot of stuff we put in our newsletter each and every week. I don't want you to miss out on it. Some things will appear in the Facebook groups and on social media, but you'll want to make sure that you've subscribed to our newsletter as well. You can certainly unsubscribe anytime, but I'm going to go ahead and put the link below so that you can easily access that and get on our mailing list if you haven't done so already. Okay, let's see. A little bit of our philosophy here at Anabellas is that it is perfectly okay to be perfectly imperfect. And you'll see that today when I show you some of the things that I'm working on, but I'm not perfect. And when I'm stitching or quilting or stamping a card, you know, if I make a mistake, I just go with it. You know, no one's going to know the mistake is there but me. Now, I'm not talking about not having to frog, you know, an entire line if you make a mistake, but the little imperfections really don't matter at the end of the day. So don't stick your finished items in a drawer or stop what you're doing because you get frustrated. Just push through, keep going, display your work, share it with your friends. You put a lot of love into it, and imperfections are part of life. So that is our philosophy here at Anabellas. Okay, let me give you some life updates real quick. You can scoot ahead if you're not interested in hearing about Elaine's A Day in the Life. So feel free to scoot ahead. Let's see, deep breath. So I think it was Tuesday night, Tuesday at lunch, I made Italian wedding soup. And I'm only saying that because around 2 o'clock, Terry started complaining that his stomach was bothering him and he wasn't feeling real well. So, you know, we went home, and when we got home, I noticed that he just didn't seem himself at all. He, you know, was sitting on the couch and he had blankets around him, and, you know, he just didn't look real great. And I said, you know, are you still not feeling well? He goes, no, my stomach's really bothering me. I feel like I've got a lot of gas. And I said, okay, well, you know, are you sure that's all it is? Do you have any pain? And he says, no, not really. It just feels like a lot of pressure and a lot of gas. So then he went to bed early, and when I went upstairs to bed and got into bed, he was like moaning and groaning and really saying that his stomach was really bothering him. And he says, I don't know if it's food poisoning or what it is, but he says, I just feel like I have a lot of gas. And then the more he described it, the more I said, honey, it doesn't sound like gas. You know, maybe we should go to the urgent care. And he kind of bit my head off. And I'm like, okay, we won't go to urgent care. But the more I realized that he really wasn't feeling well, the more I realized I was going to have to ship on Thursday, which means I was going to have to get some sleep. So I told him I loved him, went downstairs, and I could still hear him moving around upstairs, but I fell asleep. And then when I got up around 6, I could hear him upstairs, and he said a really bad word. And when he said that really bad word, I knew I'd better run upstairs. And he was just not in good shape. He said he was, you know, in a lot of pain. So we rushed to the emergency room, and lo and behold, he had appendicitis. So they had to do emergency surgery, which they did that afternoon. And, you know, the doctor said his appendix was really nasty. It didn't rupture. They thought he might have perforated it because he was in so much pain, but thank God it didn't perforate. So they were able to take it out. And I couldn't believe it. He came home that night. So he came home Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, I don't know, Wednesday. He came home on Wednesday. And yesterday was Thursday. So I came into the shop to work, you know, and do his job, which is to do all the shipping. And I get home, and he had cleaned the entire house. So he doesn't get the concept of taking care of himself or taking it easy. And then last night, he was really moaning and groaning. So I said, you're going to feel it tomorrow for sure. But he's doing great, you guys. And thank you for everybody who reached out and saw it on Instagram or on Facebook. I appreciate all your kind words. And he really does too. So your prayers matter. And he's doing really well. And I made him stay home today. He was not happy about it. I'll go in. I said, no, you need to just rest. At least give yourself a couple days. So I'm here. I'm going to have a quick video today so I can get to shipping out all of your items. But here's another life update. So that morning when I could hear him upstairs before I knew that I was gonna have to take him to the ER, I was sitting in the hen den trying to get just a minute of quiet time before my day starts. And I'm hearing this dripping. And I'm like, did I leave the bathroom sink running? Drip, 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 drip. And then it was kind of like water running. And I'm like, what in the heck is that? I stand up and I have windows that run the entire length of the hen den. And there's water coming in the entire length of the hen den. So we have a roof leak. Like, are you kidding me right now? So then I ran upstairs because that's when I guess that's when I heard him, you know, say that word. So I ran upstairs and sure enough, you know, I had to tell him we have a roof leak. So, you know, there's that. And they came out yesterday to give us some estimates and I just wanted to sit in the corner and suck my thumb because these roofers, I don't know where they get, you need a new roof. I said, why do I need a whole new roof if I just have a leak in this area? You know, can't you just fix the leak? Why do I have to put the whole new roof on? So, you know, what are you going to do? This is the joys of home ownership. Sometimes I wish we, you know, just sold the house and rented because I would like to just call someone and say, the roof's leaking, come fix it, click. So we're in the process of trying to get roof leaks. And the first guy I called was very sweet. He said, Mrs. Forgy, I can get out there in 3 weeks. I'm like, oh God, we're expecting rain next week. Can you come tomorrow? But we did have one man come out yesterday. So we're waiting to see if we can work with him price-wise. That's it, guys. That's plenty. All right, enough of that nonsense. Okay, this past week was or still is Cross Stitch Xmas Week. So that is X Stitch Xmas Week. That's a hashtag that we use. And basically what we do, y'all, if you're new, is we put aside any of the whips that we're working on for just 1 week a month, which is always the 3rd week of each month, and we work strictly on our Christmas whips. And the purpose of that is that come 2023 Christmas, we should have quite a few finished. So I hope you'll join us and join our Facebook group and stitch along with us. And most importantly, be sure to use that hashtag, which I'll put above and below, when you are stitching during the 3rd week of every month so we can see what you're working on. That would be really fun. All right, I'm going to show you now just a couple of whips and a new start. And then I'll show you some new arrivals. We don't have much, but I'll show them to you. So Kathy at Hands On Design came out with a winter basket. This is part of her triple play series. There's autumn basket, winter basket, and summer basket. And we carry all 3 in the shop. But this is winter basket. Isn't that beautiful? And what she has this stitched on is 32 count flax Belfast linen, and you guys will be so proud of me. Look what Elaine did. Look, I stitched on linen, and look, I did nice, right? You can't really tell, but it's coming out really well. Wasn't as hard as I thought. I took my time. I'm not rushing, but you know, not too bad at all. So I'm going to keep going and get this done. I'm stitching this one. Which one is it? This one first, because I like the little red in it. You can see it's really more like a pretty pink, my color. Blues and pinks are my colors. So I'm stitching this, and I did order all of the finishing fabric from Simple Stitches Fabric Shop. So I'm going to finish these off as Kathy had them do for her. And there you go. Isn't this cute? And there's Elaine stitching on linen. Who knew? Anyway, so that's my one whip that I'm working on. Then the only other thing I'm working on other than my Nashville / spring releases, which I'm doing the model stitching for, is I pulled out Winter Rose Manor for Christmas Cross Stitch Week, even though it really isn't a Christmas chart, and began working on that a little bit more. And here is, and this is Winter Rose Manor, if you haven't seen it. We are sold out. I'm waiting to hear from Brenda, who's on vacation, so I can order some more. The only thing I did as far as changing it out is I changed the pink of the house to DMC 224 because I wanted a brighter pink. So here is my work so far. And this is the house here, and I'm using a 224 DMC. And then what I have done that you haven't seen is I'm working on the cardinal right there. So just to give you an idea of the scope of the size, if you can see the cardinal, I mean, this is going to be a huge piece. And my goal is to get the cardinal done, and then I'm going to do nothing else but work on this house and get this house done. And there it is. It is absolutely stunning. And I left, let me see what I'm stitching this on. I don't know if I put it in here. I'm not stitching it on the call for because I want it to be a really big piece, number one. And number two, who knows what number two is? I don't know what number two is. There's a reason behind it. I'm sorry, but I don't have it here unless I wrote it down inside. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I don't know what fabric it is, but I'll let you know. It's a 14 count, which is really nice because I can stitch it pretty quick. I have a working copy and then I have another copy. But I didn't write down what I'm stitching it on. It's at home in the bag that this normally sits in. But anyway, whoops, there you go. So I'll keep working on that. It's going to be gorgeous. If you follow on social media the hashtag Winter Rose Manor, you will get to see just some of these absolutely exquisite finishes that people have done with this. So I'm enjoying that. Okay, I'm going to put this all over here. Now, let me show you some new things that have come in. If you want, you know, you can pay attention or take notes or write them on your wish list. But I try to show you, if you're new to the channel, some things each week that either are new to the shop or that you may not even know exist, because either it's a new designer, perhaps, or an older designer that you've just kind of forgotten about. So today, quite a few of the things that I'm going to show you guys are older designs that I went through and found and decided to highlight here today for you. Just something different. Last week, we really focused on Valentine's Day, and you know, if you go to Anabella's on Etsy, you're going to see tons and tons and tons of Valentine's charts, and it was in last week's newsletter too. So I thought it would be fun just to do something a little bit different today. So here are a couple new things that have come in. These are not new charts, but I wanted to point them out to you because this time of year, this is what we're stitching. This is Valentine Trifles, and this is by Shepherd's Bush. So isn't that cute? So you get 3 little charts. And she stitched these on 32 count white chocolate, which is really pretty. And then this one I really like. This is St. Patrick's Day Trifles. And again, you get 3 little charts. And this was stitched on 32 count French polka dot linen by Fabric Flair. Very nice, huh? So those are those. Then this is new to the shop. This is by the Scarlet House. It's a brand new sampler called Martha Evans 1879, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Let me take this out. Sorry. I want you to see how pretty it is. Oh. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at those colors. So you've got rabbits and you've got all kinds of little motifs that are just beautiful. And this is stitched on 40 count Hemingway from Needle and Flax. It's just stunning. So if you go for a sampler, this is really nice. So there you go. That is the Scarlet House's Martha Evans 1879. Then I had forgotten about this chart, and I was ordering some Cottage Garden samplings charts, and I went ahead and restocked this. This is called Bless This House, and I think a lot of us love to have this kind of thing in our home, so I thought I'd show that to you. Bless This House, and that's by Cottage Garden Samplings. Next is by Blackbird Designs. This is called Strawberry Fields Forever. And I don't know how I missed carrying this in the shop, but I did. So when I was going through all of Blackbird Designs charts that are available through our distributor, I saw this and I said, why don't I have this in the shop again? Tell me. I don't know. So I ordered it. So we got quite a few in. And I think it's just beautiful. I love the stone wall and the pretty fence and the beautiful house. It's just lovely. So there you go. And this is part of their Magical Mystery Tour. So there you go. And the strawberries are just adorable. And this was stitched on, let me tell you, 32 count Confederate Gray by Weeks Dye Works, using some Gentle Arts, all Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works, but they do give you the DMC alternatives. So there it is again. Isn't that lovely? So there you go. Then, same thing, looking through Plum Street, wondering what in the world, how I missed this chart. This is gorgeous. It's called A Red Cottage. So if you're not, I can't take this out of here because of the way it's packaged. If you're not a big Valentine stitcher, and I know from last week's question, a lot of you, not a lot of you, but quite a few of you aren't, and you want to stitch up something red anyway for Valentine's Day or for February, this would be really nice. It's a beautiful design. Look at that red cottage. How can you not love a red cottage? So there you go. I don't have a lot of these, but I have some. Okay. Then I have another Plum Street. I saw this, fell absolutely in love. I'm going to start it as soon as I kit it up and get done with Nashville. Here is Blackberry House. Oh my goodness, these colors, pinks and blues, and these baby blues. This is kind of the color scheme that I'm going with as I'm starting to slowly redecorate our living room or our family room and our log home. Our curtains are blue. Our log home is a log home, but it's like a oak. So I'm decorating in chocolates, in creams and blues with a little bit of pinks or reds thrown in. I haven't decided yet, but there you go. Blackberry House. This is going to hang in my living room. It is gorgeous. This model was stitched on 40 count Old Town Blend 1/2, and it is absolutely beautiful. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. Blackberry House. Isn't it fun sometimes to see charts from designers that you already adore, but that you might not have even known designed something that beautiful? I think sometimes we focus on just what the new releases are, and we tend to forget that some of the old ones are just as gorgeous. Anyway, that's my thought. All right, and then Little House Needleworks. Here's something that I really like. This is called Farm Life. It's right here. And it says, this is stitched on 32 count Country French Vanilla Swirl by Silk Weaver Fabrics. This chart was made or designed in 2019. I love the barn, the white farmhouse, the quilt hanging outside, and the sentiment is, you cause the grass to grow for the livestock and plants for man to cultivate, that he may bring forth food from the earth. So isn't that beautiful? Another oldie but goodie, right guys? Stitched with DMC flosses and Classic Colorworks. Imagine that. But DMC too. All right. Then this collection here. Okay, this is a whole collection. It's kind of our featured designer for the week. Let me just say that. The Cricut Collection. I started carrying Cricut Collection charts a couple years ago. And don't know why I paused and started to go through it again when I was going through, you know, some of the items in the shop. But I fell in love with some of the charts that I have not carried before. So let me run through these real quick and show them to you. Let me start with one of the older ones. This is, and I've restocked this even though it's Halloween, Playing with Jacks. Just gives you an idea of what her style is. I love this guy. So this is Playing with Jacks. And then here are some of the other ones that I grabbed. Some of them are because holidays are coming up. This one is Easter. Look at those soft colors. The chocolate bunnies. This is Easter. And this was stitched on, it doesn't say. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. 30 count oatmeal by R&R Reproductions. Then we have, there's a series here, so I'm going to show you the series in a minute. Two farmers, farm type charts. The first one is Farmer's Market. Isn't that pretty? I love that. So I grabbed that. That is stitched on something, I don't know. 28 count French lace by Witchell. And then this one in my stash immediately. This is called Fresh Eggs. I didn't fall in love with the eggs. I hate eggs, but I fell in love with these roosters. And is there a chicken in there? No, there's some hens. Looks like roosters and hens, but I fell in love with it. And it will look perfect in my kitchen because my kitchen is part of my family room. You know, it's open, and those blues will pick up nicely. And this is stitched on 28 count white chocolate by Witchell, which I'm going to have to order. Witchell is about 3 to 4 weeks out, which is good because that'll put me after Nashville when I can begin shipping. I mean, I can begin stitching this. Isn't that pretty? All right, and then last, just real quick, she has a series, so let me show you all in the series. We'll start with winter because that's the season we're in. So here is winter. Then we have spring. Love these. Then we have summer. Very cute. And last, we have fall. And that pumpkin looks like the little guy I showed you earlier with playing with jacks. So that's it, you guys. Just some things I wanted to show you that come in. Let me show you this again, though, because I don't know if I showed this last week. We curated a FlossPak for you for Valentine's Day. So let me show it to you again, in case you're new. Cupid. Honeycomb. Oh, they're falling. Pink Posy. Honeycomb. Snowball. Sugared Violets. And Black Coffee. And this is a floss pack that we put together for you so that if you're looking to build your stash of classic Colorworks Fancy Floss, you can do so. And it'll have some of the colors that you will probably be using through the month of February. So there you go. Floss packs are available in the shop. And then, unfortunately, we sold out of our Valentine's Day ribbon pack, and we won't be getting any more ribbon in. So let me show you our St. Patrick's ribbon pack, because it's likely we're going to sell out of this too. So let me show this to you again. This is our BellaBundle of ribbons that we put together every month. Well, not every month. It's seasonal or it's by holiday. So you get 1 yard of each. So you get 1 yard of the snow palms, 1 yard of rickrack, and then 1 yard of each of these beautiful ribbons. They do have a wired edge, so they're easy, except for the satin, which does not. But they're beautiful ribbons for St. Patrick's Day. And then also there's some ribbons in here that are great just to have in your stash. So this is our St. Patrick's Day bundle. If you want it, if you're interested, you can get it because it's there for now. Okay, what else do I have? All right, I showed you that. Okay, let's talk about Nashville because that's coming up soon. It's coming up in March 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I think. So Elaine decided that I'm not going as a designer this year. I said, nope, I'm going as a shop owner only so that I can do nothing but focus on shopping for all of you and not worry about Anabella's needle art. Anabella's needle art is just fine, but I don't want to go and try to wear two hats because if you know the old saying, you can't give two things 100%. You got to pick one. So I'm picking the shop and I'm picking going to Nashville and really focusing on shopping for all of you like I have done every year since I opened Anabella's and doing so in such a way that you get your items very, very quickly. So unlike last year and unlike the Needlework Expo where you guys had to wait weeks and weeks and weeks sometimes to get your stuff because it was a virtual show and designers went home and then they had to pack stuff up. And if they sold out, they had to reorder. And there was a lot of delays with shipping. So for Nashville, what's different is that I'm driving. I have a helper that's coming with me, as I did last year. But I'm driving to Nashville and I will be picking up every single thing that you have pre-ordered, coming directly back and shipping out immediately. And we have hired extra help in the shop just to assure that your items will ship expeditiously and there won't be that long delay and that long lag period like there was with Needlework Expo. So if you're new, what is Nashville Market? It happens every year, or it has since COVID. Yeah, we've been able to meet. This is the second year, I think, since COVID. It's where all of the designers that want to come together and they release their new items, their new charts for us to see as shop owners. And it's for shop owners only. So the lay people and customers can't shop. You have to own a shop. So we get to shop and we get to meet with the designers and we get to buy things for all of you. And many of the designers will start dropping previews over the coming weeks. As they do, Anabellas will make those previews available to you for pre-order. And I'll take pre-orders usually right up until the day before I start shopping. So I'll have more details on that as we move forward. That's another reason you really need to subscribe to the newsletter, because that is where all of the information on Nashville Market is going to be. So again, be sure to subscribe. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Last year, I literally cried at one point. I got so overwhelmed. It was my first time. I was, not prepared at all. I didn't know what to expect. I was a newbie, and I ended up in tears at one point. So this year I got it. I feel like I'm going to be able to do this. I even bought a wagon, you guys. I'm going to drag a little wagon around and fill it up with all my stuff. So it'll be great. I'm really, really excited about it. And I'm very relieved to have that weight off my shoulder about, how am I going to be a designer and do that and then shop? And I'm like, no, focus on shopping. Forget designing. But we'll have some releases for spring. They're not Nashville releases because we're not going to be there, but there'll be spring releases that will tie in very nicely to that time of year. So watch for those coming ahead. Let me give you a retreat update. It's not sad news, but maybe it is for some of you who were looking forward to it. This Cape Cod retreat that we were going to do this summer with Les Matthews is a no-go, you guys, for a couple reasons. One is, most importantly, price. Our price point for our retreats is $3.99, and I want to keep it that way. It's not everybody can afford to come to our retreats, and our retreats aren't for everybody. But for those that can afford to come to our retreats, I want to keep that price point pretty solid at $3.99. Now, at that price point, there's folks that would be able to come, but the problem is the venue on Cape Cod and the hotel prices. They want to charge $3.99 per night for a room. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not going to put on a retreat where your cost is going to be in the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. That's just not something I want to do. Secondly, we heard from a lot of folks at one of our past retreats, Stitchy friends, who've said Cape Cod in the summertime is a nightmare. Getting on and off the Cape, one road, it's very, very busy. And I didn't let just this one person paint a picture of doom and gloom, but I talked to many, many folks who said, it could be really challenging. And then thirdly, a lot of families travel during the summertime. So a lot of folks may not be able to come to the retreat because they're traveling. So I called Liz Matthews, who was our guest designer, and we had a chat and we agreed to go ahead and not do the retreat in Cape Cod this summer. So, and then I spoke to Terry, and Terry and I made a business decision that for the foreseeable future, we're going to say that we're not going to do any retreats in the summer because we need a break. We need to have, some time to just kind of step back and not do retreats so that we can catch our breath. But summer is very busy in Western North Carolina. So we're hoping, and we don't know what's going to happen, but we're hoping that our shop will be busy during the summer because we'll have lots of folks in the valley traveling to get out of the heat. So that being said, Liz and I are going to collaborate to bring you a retreat with her as a guest designer, either in 2024 or 2025. But don't despair. We are going to bring you Liz Matthews. We know how much all of you guys love her, and she loves you too. But we really just think that this is for the best to go ahead and cancel those plans. Then the next news is our All Things Autumn Retreat, which will be held here in Western North Carolina in the fall. It'll be the last weekend in October, and I will be making the announcement as to who the designer is from Nashville. So I'll be doing a live, or I'll do a video and then upload it so that you will get to see who the guest designers will be. And then I'll also let you know when registration will open for that retreat. So that's going to be fun. Okay, what else do I have? Happy Mail. I'm sorry, I did not get Happy Mail out because of Terry. We're going to blame it on him, and it's true. I was all caught up, and then Terry got sick on Wednesday and Thursday. Those were my work on Elaine stuff days, and I wasn't able to do Happy Mail. But my plan is, if I get all caught up on shipping today, I will come in, oh, that's me talking. I will come in tomorrow, which is Saturday, and I will get out last week's Happy Mail for those of you that I missed, and then I will get out Happy Mail for today. So I'm going to let you know, if you're new to my channel, what that means is, and I'm looking down because I'm actually loading the YouTube random comment picker so that I can pick winners live, which is my new way of doing things. All right, so hold on just a minute. Okay, if you're new to my channel, what we do every week at Anabellas is we ask a question. And if you are over the age of 18, you have to be a subscriber to my channel. You have to like the video, and you have to comment on the question posed. And then we announce random winners, and we will send you some Happy Mail. And Happy Mail is just something that I pick out in the shop that I think that you're going to enjoy. Hopefully I don't make a mistake, or you don't have it in your stash. But so far, so good. And we've been doing it for a couple years. So I hope that you are a winner today. I'm going to start the raffle now. The question last week, for those of you who participated, was, what is your favorite stitchy space in your house? Or what, describe your favorite stitchy space. So thank you for everybody who commented. So let me start now. If you hear your name, send an email to anabellasshop@gmail.com. The email address is below and above. That's Anabellas with one N, anabellasshop@gmail.com. And make sure to put a Happy Mail winner in the subject line. So the first winner is, hold on, I have to open this so I can type the name in. Type. Okay, first winner is, let me go back and see who it was. Joyce Taunton, Taunton. Joyce, Joyce, Taunton. Taunton. Okay, congratulations, Joyce. Next winner is Diane Linum, L-Y-N-U-M. Diane Linum, L-Y-N-U-N. Diane, L-Y-N-U-M. Okay, then the next winner is Patsy Owens. Congratulations, Patsy. Patsy Owens. Okay, she's entered. Next one is Kathleen Patterson. Kathleen Patterson. Congratulations, Kathleen. You should see my typing. It's atrocious. I don't know how I ever typed for a living at one point. Okay, next one is Jennifer Bluebog. Jennifer Bluebog, B-A-U-G-H, B-L-U-B-A-U-G-H. Okay, let me type that in. Jennifer, B-L-U-B-A-U-G-H. I'm horrible with names, people, just horrible. I don't even know how they let me out of school. Okay, next one is Debbie Hazlett. Debbie Hazlett, H-A-Y-S-L-E-T-T-E. Debbie Hazlett. And I don't know why I'm spelling it. I don't know. Whatever. I need more coffee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's do 8 today, shall we? Okay, next one is, oh, I already called Kathleen Patterson. You would have won twice if I was giving away 2 to the same person. Pepe Volpe. Pepe Volpe. What a sweet lady this lady is. She came to one of our retreats and she's just a doll. So, hi, Peppa. Peppa Volpe. Peppa Volpe. Okay, Peppa, you won. Peppa will be. Okay, last one is, why does it have to be another hard name? Cheryl Shearer, S-C-H-E-H-R. Shearer, I guess. All right. I already forgot the name. Sure. I don't want to go work for 8 hours on my feet today. S-C-H-E-H-R. S-C-H-E-H-R. Okay, ladies. That's it. Congratulations. Be sure to get that happy email to me so I can get this stuff right out to you. This week's question is, do you know a good roofer? Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, how about this? I just asked Terry this. I already know his answer. But when the roof started leaking and Terry was in the emergency room and Elaine didn't have any employees in her shop, I had a little nervous breakdown and decided I'm selling the house and I'm moving into an RV. All joking aside, we've talked for years about, you know, getting an RV and traveling, and that's still, you know, on our plan. We do plan to do that at some point. We're going to get a fifth wheel. But that being said, now's the time to just say, let's just sell the house and move into an RV, park it here in Maggie, live when we're, you know, here, and then take it down to Florida when we want to go see the kids, and then take it wherever we want to go. And it can be a Bella bus when, you know, we're doing retreats. But would you ever live in an RV? That's the question. Or do you have an RV and do you enjoy the life? So let me know. I would really, really like to know, you guys. So I hope you have a wonderful week, that you get in lots of time with your family and with all the people that you love, doing the things you love the most. Our Sit and Stitchin' finally is going to resume on Tuesday at 7 to 9. If you'd like to attend, send an email to anabellashop@gmail.com. Put Sit and Stitchin' in the subject line and you will get the Zoom invite. I usually send them out on Sundays or Mondays. Begins at 7. You can stitch anything you'd like, but we're currently trying to stitch Winter Rose Manor. So if I don't see you on Tuesday, I'll see you here next Friday. Until then, be happy, be well, and most of all, be kind. See you later.